Hey, what's going on, my fellow reefers? March here, Fragbox TV. In this episode, I'm just going to talk to you quickly about building the new aquarium stand for our new invert tank. So if you saw the other video, I'm going to document as we put together this new sort of invertebrate system. What that means is invertebrate system, this is where we house all our fun little critters and cleanup crew and everything that basically isn't a coral here in the store. Lots of shrimps, crabs, snails, hermits, all that fun stuff. In the last episode, I showed you how to drill the tank, so I've gone ahead and finished that. So I got one drain on each side of these beautiful 6-foot custom-made glass aquariums. Why glass? I don't really like acrylic. Hit me up if you want to know the reason why, or maybe comment below if you're using a glass or acrylic aquarium. I'm not a fan of acrylic. It's super easy to scratch and difficult to clean. So I always go with glass. Over here on this side, I've gone ahead and done a 1-inch drain on each one. So in another episode, I'm going to show you how exactly I plumb the tank. What I'm doing today is putting together a new stand. So I've gone with 2x3 pine. It's pretty inexpensive. I was going to use extruded aluminum, but because of COVID, there's a lot of shortages in materials and I'm impatient and I couldn't wait. So I just went with this pretty inexpensive pine. And what I'm doing is building the bases for each tank. And I cut it with just a regular saw. Let me show. Construction grade lumber will work as well. I like this sort of pine just because it's way straighter. You get just a better piece of material, better piece of wood than your regular 2x3 or 2x4 pine. I'm just cutting it out here back with my good old handy chop saw. Nothing fancy going on. So I'm going to go ahead and keep making the cuts. I've gone to sort of have a design that I usually copy, this template that I do for all the stands. So I made this one over here, and the stands for the frag tank beds, the same stand kind of design for this invertebrate system. And then this is probably one of the nicer ones I built in the past couple of years. This is our captive bred fish system here in the store. So the invert system is going to come out pretty similar to this. So it's essentially just 2x3, 2x4 frame, and then I covered up nicely with a bunch of plexi to get this cool kind of glossy finish look. So I'm going to keep cutting it, and then I'll come back to you and show you how the finished product looks as I put it all together. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I got most of the tanks installed. We just need to go ahead and clean them up a bit. It's looking a little rough still, but the general idea is there. This is going to get strapped to studs in the wall behind here just for extra security. We have a lot of kids come through the store and they like to touch stuff. They're very hands-on, so we don't want someone sort of hanging off this and then having this thing topple over. So everything gets strapped to the wall with some extra large construction grade screws. But the pine is really easy to work with, and I love the smell of fresh cut pine. You can kind of see what I've done here in the back. So just kind of build it up slowly with blocks. All the weight is going to be going downwards. With this system, I used a level just to make sure that everything's nice and looking good. If there are some spots where it's a little bit uneven, what I do is throw some shims, and typically I'll do a piece of plywood underneath, but I don't think they really need it on these ones. These tanks work out to be like 8 gallons or not even 10 gallons each, so it's not a lot of pressure on the glass, and I did go quite thick, so it's just shy of 1/2 inch. It's 3/8 polished clear glass, nothing fancy. They're actually relatively inexpensive. Maybe you're watching this video and thinking to open a store, and I don't know where you're watching the video from. Comment below which country or city that you're in, because I know people watch these from all over the place. But feel free to hit us up if you guys have any questions or comments. I was going to do aluminum, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. I think the top tank is a little bit higher than what I wanted up here, just because it's a little bit trickier to clean, and I would have liked a little bit bigger gap between these ones. So it's only 6 inches. So realistically, I should have made this one just a little bit lower. So this is going to hold, what's it going to hold? Macroalgae, mangroves, dragon's breath, chaeto, all that fun stuff. And then conches, sea urchins, starfish. And then as you move up, then we organize all of the inverts based on row. So this one will be all hermit crabs. So we offer like 12 or 15 different species of hermit crabs. This one is going to be all other types of crabs like just weird ones like pom-poms and porcelain crabs, emerald crabs, all that fun stuff. And then as we get towards the top, shrimp, so peppermints, cleaners, blood shrimp, and then kind of the rare and unusual shrimp we're going to have here sort of at eye level. But that's the general idea. Someone asked in the comments of the other video, why are you redoing the system? This one is just sort of small. We've outgrew it and it's a little bit disorganized. And the plumbing is exposed, which drives me nuts. I'm a little bit OCD, so you can see it there. And after building, what's up, Jonathan? After building this system here and just having everything all enclosed and nice, yeah, just decided to go ahead and redo it. And then on this, our fish system here, we have these removable baffles, which make it really, really easy to clean. So as they get dirty, what we do is just take them out, throw them in some acid downstairs, and they come out nice and sparkly. These ones have siliconed in glass baffles, which are a little bit trickier to clean. And the system's just getting old and it's looking a little dated. So that's kind of my long-winded reason, my sidetrack for the day, why we're changing it. But it's coming along nicely. So the next step, what I'm going to do, we're going to get all cleaned up and then I'm going to add the bulkheads and plumb it together. So I'll show you how I plumb it. Each tank is going to have, they're going to share 2 pumps. Just giving you like a quick overview of what I'm going to do. But 2 pumps, and then each one is going to have its own shutoff valve, so we can control the flow to each tank. And then the water is going to run this way over to a drain, and they're going to share a 1-inch drain which runs to the basement to a larger sump system. If you guys like this video and you want me to keep documenting it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know where you're watching from. I love to see where other reefers are finding us. So if you guys got any questions, I'm going to leave our contact info at the end of the video. Please feel free to hit us up. Next episode will be plumbing, and then I'll show you how I do the plexi, the lighting, the electrical. This is going to get hooked up to a Neptune system. It's going to take me some time. I'm working as fast as I can. It's still going to take me probably another week or 2 of solid work to get it finished and where I want it to be. But I actually really enjoy this shit. This is like part of, I guess it's not really part of the hobby. If you're keeping reef tanks, this is sort of more of the hobby. This is more kind of like the back end store aspect of it. So if you guys enjoy seeing it, I'll keep showing it to you. But I really, really enjoy building stuff. I really like drawing it and then, you know, coming up with an idea and doing stuff like this. So if you're liking it, come along for the ride. Give me that thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys, this episode of Fragbox TV.